Well, I got a phone call in the morning. I was doing something, and I came back to the restaurant. I was out doing something else. I come back to the restaurant, and one of the guys that worked for me said, you got a phone call from Robert De Niro. He said, the number's over there on the bar. And I said, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Drop dead the first chance you get. You know, because I thought somebody was, they used to call me the actor, and they had all these nicknames for me, so I thought somebody was just pulling my legs. Hey, you want to hear something funny but true? Now, you probably ain't going to believe this, but believe it or not, I'm a freaking time traveler. Yeah, that's right. I've been to the future and back so many times, I know shit you wouldn't even believe. Like, listen to this. In February 14, 2005, there's going to be this thing called YouTube. People all over the world posting videos of their cats doing stupid shit and kids dancing like they got ants in their frickin' pants and all kinds of other crap. And you know how I know? Because I've been there. I've seen it with my own eyes. Ain't that something? But when I looked at the number, I just sidled over to the bar and just take a little peek at it without them knowing I was looking. I noticed that the area code was the correct area code for Los Angeles. And get this, because of YouTube, you guys are watching this interview right now. In the future, yeah, I see you there sitting in your underwear, shoving chips in your mouth, watching me talk about Bobby De Niro calling me in 1979. I bet you never thought this interview would be on something called the internet. Times are changing, I tell you. And the dope that told me didn't have the brains to know that, so I said, this is real. So I went upstairs and I called right away, and it was, I think, United Artists Studio. And I said, yes, can I speak to Robert De Niro, please? And he said, who's calling? I said, Joe Pesci, just a minute. She comes back on the phone. She says, he's not in right now. And I said, yeah, well, I figured that. Just tell him Joe Pesci called. And I hung up. I figured somebody was just...
prank or whatever.
Yeah, and then I went to sleep. Oh, speaking of time travel, let me tell you about Donald Trump, you know, the guy who started Trump Plaza in Atlantic City in 1984. I'm sure you know him. Well, in 2016, Trump becomes president of the United States. Yeah, the same guy with the gold toilets and the hair that looks like a squirrel glued to his head. He becomes president and changes the way this country does things. But for the better, of course. I kid you not, I've seen it all, the chaos, the assassination attempts, everything. And the phone woke me up, and a woman on the phone says, I have a call. Is this Mr. Pesci? I said, yeah, Robert De Niro calling. And then in 2020, the demo rats pulled some crooked shit on him. Oh, forgot to mention, he used to be a full-blown Democrat, but saw the corruption and became a Republican. Yeah, anyways, the demo rats cheat and steal the election from him, but wait. This ain't over, it gets better. In 2024, my man Trump fights those bastards in court, goes through all kinds of bullshit that the demo rats throw at him, and guess what? He takes the presidency back. Beats all the odds like Rocky Balboa in the 15th round. What a frickin' story, huh? I said, oh, good. So he gets on the phone and here, hello? I said, hello? He says, yeah, Joe? Joe Pesci? I said, yeah. He says, this is Bob De Niro. I said, yeah. And he said, is this really Joe Pesci? He says, this is really Bob De Niro. I said, this is really Joe Pesci. And what can I do for you? You know, he says, the actor? I said, well, I don't act anymore. I was acting, and I just give it all up. But you know what the worst part is? My best friend, Bobby De Niro, the guy who gave me my big break, he loses his mind over Trump. Starts screaming and shouting like he's got Trump derangement syndrome. We go at it, head to head, arguing about Trump like a couple old ladies at a bingo hall. I never thought politics would come between us, but it did. You'll see, I was right, and Bobby was so freaking wrong. And as stubborn as he is, he won't admit it.
What the hell are you talking about, Joe? I ain't never gonna argue with you about politics. We're too close for that, bro. Plus, I like Trump. I like the businessman that he is. I've been to his casino many times. The guy is smart. His real estate skills are off the chart. He ain't never gonna run for president, though, let alone become one. That's not his style. Ain't happening. And what have you been smoking? 'Cause I want some of that.
Oh, Bobby, you really have no idea what's coming, my man. And I ain't smoking shit. It's the truth, I tell you. He said, you were in Death Collector, right? I said, yes. He said, Listen, Martin Scorsese and I saw you in this thing. I'd like to talk to you about being in this movie that we're going to do together. And I said, well, I don't work anymore. I said, unless it's really a real big part where I could, go one-on-one with you and I could really get out there and show my stuff. I said, I don't think that you should give it to someone who's a working actor that'll really appreciate it. And he said, no, he said, well, can I talk to you about it? I said, well, yes. I said, but I can't come to California. I said, I'm running a restaurant. He said, oh, we'll come there. I said, okay. Sunday, 5 o'clock, dinner. Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, Sis Corman, the casting director, and her husband, come and have dinner with my boss and I and his wife. And they loved it, so, Yeah. And we had this dinner, and they were talking about all this this Raging Bull stuff and everything, and telling me how good the part was and how good they thought I was, and would I just read? And so I said, no. And then my boss said, I think you should go read for it. So I said, okay. And I went and read, and we read for a few days and finally worked it.
In other words, you got lucky.
This is extremely lucky.
But
You're talking.
you were prepared.
But I was prepared.
Yes, you were.
And here's something even crazier. There's going to be this YouTube channel called Celebrity Recreations. Yeah, I've seen it. It's run by this guy named Chris Dallas. Brilliant mind, this guy. And guess what he does? He brings me back as Vinny Gambini, that character lawyer I played in My Cousin Vinny, on March 13th, 1992. And I ain't talking about no ordinary skits. I'm talking about legendary, out-of-this-world stuff. F-bombs flying left and right, truth bombs blowing up all over the place, and every episode's funnier than the last. It's freaking mind-blowing. And you want to know something wild? These skits helped Trump get re-elected in 2024. Yeah, you heard me. Chris Dallas uses me as Vinny Gambini to drop so many truth bombs, people start seeing through all the Demo-Rat corruption. They sway to the right, and Trump wins by a landslide. And the best part, the skits keep going even after he's back in office, because the corrupt left never stops with their tricks. And I, as Vinny Gambini, have a freaking heyday with every one of them.
Come on, Joe, what the hell are you talking about? A YouTube channel helps Trump get reelected? And you playing Vinny Gambini again? That's crazy, even for you. I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm telling you, Bobby, this Chris Dallas guy's a freaking genius. He brings my youth back. It's like I'm in my prime again, cursing up a storm, ripping the left to shreds. And people love it. Subscribers are piling on like crazy. Yeah, well, when you see it, you're going to be begging being one of these skits. But too bad, Bobby. You're too busy losing your freaking mind over Trump to have any fun. I mean, bro, you freaking lose it. I'm talking levels off the chart.
You're losing it, Joe. Maybe you want a shot of my Grand Marnier I brought with me? It will make you feel better. Me, losing my mind over Trump? Get out of here, Joe. You're a nutcase, Joe.
Yeah, and you say you'd never argue with me over politics. Well, wait till you see us go at it head to head, screaming like friggin' lunatics. It's the funniest shit you'll ever see. And don't forget, people, when you find this channel, Celebrity Recreations, you better subscribe. You've never seen anything like this before, and you ain't ever going to see anything like it again. Chris Dallas, remember that name? The guy's a freaking genius, like I mentioned earlier.
I can't believe you're losing your mind so early, and it's only 1998, so you're what, 55 now? What the hell's got into you?
Nothing's got into me, Bobby. I'm just a time-traveling nutcase who knows the future, that's all. So yeah, when you find this guy's channels, go on and subscribe, like, comment, and share. Do all that shit, because this channel, it's out of this world. And if you don't like it, you're a freaking mook. Anyways, that's all I got for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this story, but I gotta run. Chris Dallas is waiting for me for a shitload more skits to do, and I'm running late. So I have to head back to the future as soon as possible, but I can only go so fast, damn. So what to do now? Oof. Let me think for a minute. Oh, yeah, got it. I'll call Michael J. Fox and have him bring me that DeLorean of his so I can get back to the future much faster. I know he was having problems with it, though, so I'm not so sure if he's fixed them yet. I wonder if Doc's around. Okay, screw Doc. I'll just call Michael and see how soon he can get here.
Hello? Who's this?
Hey, Mikey, it's Joe Pesci. Listen, I need a favor, pal.
Joe? Joe Pesci? The Joe Pesci? Wait, how the hell did you get my number?
Don't worry about that. Let's just say, when you got connections, you get things. Listen, I need you to bring me that DeLorean. you know, the time machine. I got to get back to the future fast, and I ain't exactly got a flux capacitor laying around here.
Wait, hold up. You think I actually own the DeLorean? That was a movie, Joe. I played Marty McFly. I don't actually have a working time machine.
Oh, come on, Mikey. I thought you and Doc kept that thing stashed away somewhere. You telling me it don't exist, that it was all smoke and mirrors? What kind of Hollywood bullshit is that?
Yeah, that's kind of how movies work, Joe. It was a prop. A cool prop, but still a prop.
Son of a bitch. Well, that's just freaking great. So what am I supposed to do now, huh? You got a backup plan, genius?
Well, I don't know, Joe. Maybe find a regular car. You don't need 1.21 gigawatts to get where you're going, just a decent set of wheels.
Oh, yeah, brilliant idea, Mike. I'll just grab a Prius and hope for the best. What's wrong with you? That's not how time travel works. I need speed, I need style, I need...
Gas money?
All right, smart guy, you got jokes. I tell you what, forget the DeLorean. Just send me a damn Uber with a driver that don't ask questions.
Yeah, sure, I'll get right on that. One-time travel-approved Uber coming up. Hope they don't charge extra for flux capacitors.
They better not, or I'm taking them to court. All right, Mikey, you've been a big help. Useless, but a big help. Tell Doc I said hi, if he even exists.
No, he doesn't, Joe.
Figures. All right, I'm out here. See you in the past, or the future, or whatever the hell this timeline is. Later, McFly. You know what? Screw Michael and screw the DeLorean. Who the hell needs them? I'll just use my own time-traveling techniques to get back to Chris' place. Albeit a lot later, because let's just say I don't exactly travel at 88 miles per hour, more like a Sunday drive in a beat-up Cadillac with a busted transmission. But, hey, better late than never, right? All right, here goes nothing. Time travel mode activated. Yeah, this might take a while. Whatever, I'll get there when I get there. Chris, don't start without me. All right, folks, that's it. I'm out. Pesci, out of here.